What's good, everybody? Back for another tutorial. I'm Devin Williams, this is Matthew Jackson, and we're here to help you guys get better. But today, sometimes it's good to just hear a different voice. You guys know I like to bring different guests in here. Today, we're gonna bring Jordan Lawley. He's got a lot of good work for you guys, and it's just a little thing that's gonna matter. We're gonna get to some triple threat stuff that I think that you guys can take home with you. It's not about how much you get, it's what you actually understand. And today we're gonna try to drive a few things home, and I think it'll really help when you, I know that it's really gonna help when you guys start getting back into playing basketball and getting into shape and everything once this quarantine is over. And on the side note, hopefully you guys are all staying clean, washing your hands, and staying inside. Hopefully we're all the way almost done with this thing, but we need your help to stay inside, wash your hands, and do all the things that we all need to do. People are dying, and I don't want it to be anybody that's connected to in the lab, all right? So without further ado, let's send it off to Jordan.
What's going on, Dev? You know who it is right here, and if you don't, make sure you follow along with all of our channels at JLawBball. I'm pumped to be here. Thank you for having me, Dev. What we're gonna do today, and once again, this is a very crazy time that we're in right now with this quarantine going on, so we're not gonna do anything attacking the basket, but I wanna give you guys something that's really close to me, and that's jab work. I love using jabs when we play one-on-one. I used it during my playing career. And I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit on our jab work. We're gonna focus on middle jabs, we're gonna focus on front jabs, and we're gonna focus on side jabs, okay? But to start off, I wanna get those hands warm. I wanna get that body kind of warmed up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a tangible metric drill that I use with all of my NBA, WNBA, and amateur players. And that's for 90 seconds, we're gonna rock cross, between, behind. Cross, between, behind. And every time you get to the behind the back, that's gonna be one. So for this 90-second period, the record that we have is 108 by my guy Chase Adams, who set the record probably 3 years ago when he was out here training with us here in Irvine, California, in my facility. Nobody's come close to it. I think we had like a 98. So push yourself. Dev, I wanna see what you got. We have cross, between, behind, 1, 2, 3, going for 90 seconds. Let's get to work.
Okay, that seems kind of tough, but I'm gonna try to get to Chase's record. I already know I'm not gonna get there. However, I'm gonna try. For those of you guys at home, if you can get to 95, first person to do it, I'll send you a pair of shoes. So send me the video you guys getting to 95 in 1 minute and 30, and I'll send you a free pair of shoes, all right? Let's get it going. Try it out with the plastic. I'm still testing this out to see if it works. So I'm gonna start off wide, get low. Ready?
Let's go.
Oh. Oh, come back. Whoa. That felt weird. Woo. Woo. That was tough. All right, now let's see what you do. I dribbled the ball out of plastic. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 14, 1, 2. That's hella good. Come on. Hey. You gonna try? 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Come on. 40. Push it. For 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, you got 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 61, 62. You good? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 68. Time. Whew. That's tough right there. Again, if you guys can get to 95, I'm sending you a free pair of shoes. That's tough. I guess the key is just not to mess up. As soon as you mess up, you lose on all the little reps you can get. But I want you guys to make sure that you stay wide on that and keep slamming the basketball. The faster that you dribble the ball or the harder that you dribble the ball, the quicker that it comes back up to your hand so you can get those different combos. Of course, you can go fast if you keep everything tight and barely cross like your middle line. However, if you got, I don't care how you do it, if you get to 95, I'm sending you a free pair of shoes. Back to you, Jordan.
Great work, Dev. Great job, guys, following along at home. And if you guys aren't, grab a ball. Let's continue to get to work together. Okay, Dev, next drill we have is gonna be focusing on our jabs. So what I want us to do is I want you just to pound the ball down to the ground with 2 hands, and I want you to have that ball come back up, find it, and then right after we find it, we're gonna get into a side jab. So a side jab is just a lateral shift, a lateral step, where instead of normally, like everybody's been taught, instead of jabbing downhill, what we want to do is shift our body wide, laterally, so we can get our defender to shift laterally. And what happens is when we shift our body and our defender moves, this is gonna free up the most space for us to attack in the opposite direction. Now, another key point to doing a side jab is it gives us the best opportunity to load our weight and push off in an aggressive fashion. If I jab downhill for the front jab and I see my defender move and I'm trying to attack in the opposite direction, this position is gonna be a lot harder to push off and attack. It doesn't give us enough, doesn't give us a lot of load potential. We can load that weight and push off. It also doesn't give us that much separation, being able to shift our defender. Okay, the angle of that jab is everything. Now, when we jab, there's 3 main keys that I want you guys to focus on. Dev, make sure you focus on these. You're one of the shiftiest players that I've ever played against, Dev. When we get into our jab, it's the same things that make you shifty off the bounce. We want to have our core shift to get our defender to see our frame moving in one direction. We want to have our ball shift. So I want to start with that ball in the starting position and then make sure that it ends the opposite side of my body. And that can be a low jab, a hip to hip jab, a shoulder to shoulder jab. It can be a rhythm rip where that ball just doesn't stop moving, but I want to see a shift of the basketball from one side of the body to the other. The third one is going to be the jab step, which we've already covered. Making sure in this case for a side jab, that jab is lateral so we can attack opposite direction. What we're going to do, and I'm actually going to join you on this one, Dev. I know I couldn't compete with your handles, but the jab work is what I got. Okay, we're going to pound ball to the ground, find it, jab, and after we jab, we're going to attack past our shoes, and we're going to just get into a quick speed stop. So that speed stop is just gonna be inside, outside, and then we'll go behind the back. After we plant, you're gonna pivot around, pound ball, jabbing in opposite direction, speed stop. Pound, shift, speed stop. And we're gonna see who can get done with 10 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10. So you can do that down with 10 first. Let's get it, Dev.
This is a great drill, especially if you're in the gym. If you're on carpet or if you're on a slippery surface, please do not go 100%. We don't need anybody getting hurt. You just wanna make sure that you guys do things right, especially with the shift that he's talking about, the ball shift, the core shift, all that type of stuff. I don't know how slippery it is, but I'm gonna test it out here, but please be careful. And then we will reconvene when all this stuff gets back, and we'll go on the court and we'll continue to work on this stuff. All right, here we go.
What you got, Dev? Yeah.
One thing I want to point out, a couple times I drag my foot, so you want to watch that as you're going right here. Happens when I'm trying to get wide and cover ground and shift my core, all that type of stuff. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. The benefit of being able to watch somebody else and also watch your film. I get to catch things fast, and so can you. So if you watch his back, a couple times he was 1-2ing and then snatching, which is correct. Other times he would go, kind of come to a jump stop and then go right there, but like, that's not actually showing that you're going to the basket. This, the 1-2, you're in full stride. Once I see your feet trying to come to a jump stop, I know that you're actually not, really trying to get to that basket, and it's easier to stay in front of you, all right? So you wanna make sure you go as hard as you can. 1, 2, snatch. And you'll get the hang of it the more that you do it. I'll watch it, I'll do it again. So as we're going, we want a 1, 2, snatch. A little bit faster, it happens right here. Right around there, instead of right here. All right, it's little details that'll help your game go to a different level. All right, Jordan, what's next, bro?
Excellent work, Dev. Excellent work, y'all. Keep it up. Let's keep grinding. Now, we're gonna incorporate our middle jab, which is just a body contact jab where we step into the frame of the defender in order to push them back and create space for ourselves. So we're gonna go middle jab, front jab to get them kind of to drop a little bit, and then we're gonna plant in that open stance with our side jab. Now, something that you guys may notice, I had the privilege of working with Carmelo Anthony during his comeback, and he's probably been one of the biggest influences for me going into my triple threat work and the way that I teach. And when he gets to that open position, you're gonna notice how well he can manipulate that ball. And the best way for us to practice our ball manipulation is by using our imagination. So right now during this quarantine, this is the best time, because we can't compete against an opponent, the best time for us to use our imagination and really get in tune with where that defender should be. So that's why I like using my shoes. So it gives me that purpose, it gives me that deliberate practice. I use my imagination, I see the defender is still close to frame, so I keep that ball really wide, and then when I open up, that's when I'm gonna start manipulating that ball behind my head, or you can manipulate that ball lower than that frame of the defender. For this series right now, let's just go high with the manipulation. So after I open up, put the ball back behind head, and then right when we get to this position, I wanna see that little toe tap, that little extra step to get defender to bite, and then we're gonna rhythm rip that ball low to get into our attack past our defender. Now the stop move that I want you guys to use is just an under drag. So really get into space, allow that body weight to hang and float, let the ball float in air, and then drag that ball into the legs. Now after you hit that under drag, let's imagine we're getting into our shot. So hit that under drag, we get both feet underneath us, we get our shooting elbow underneath our shot, Make sure you pick up the ball, not with hands on the side, but actually look like you're gonna shoot. Then we're gonna open back up, opposite direction, middle jab, front jab, manipulate, rhythm rip, under drag. Now on that under drag, Dev, I know you're a killer with this move. We wanna make sure that outside foot plants first. So ball's gonna be floating in our pocket, outside foot hits. Imagine you bumping that defender, accepting contact, maybe giving them a little chicken wing. It's okay, it's a gray area. Give them a little chicken wing, ref doesn't see it, and then under drag and find that ball, find your feet underneath you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go 10, Dev. Not gonna be a competition, y'all. I want us to focus on detail orientation, slowing down our tempo, and doing this right. 5 going to the right, 5 going to the left. Let's get it. Ooh. Make sure we keep that back foot anchored, keep that pivot nice and heavy so we don't travel. Hey, front jab, side jab. Almost home, last 2. Hey. Last 1, finish it off. Hey, hey. Whew. Yo, Dev, thank you so much for having me, man. I'm glad that I could show your 10,000 hours fam a little bit of what I love to do when I play one-on-one or compete or even train, and that's operate out of the jab. For those of you guys that are going through this, hoopers, understand that right now is the best possible time for us to get a leg up on our competition. And it's not just with the physical stuff, it's with our mental approach. Like we talked about, if you guys can use your imagination, focus on being a kid a little bit, like use your imagination. Imagine that defender, imagine you're doing something for a purpose when you're making these moves or training on your own right now during this quarantine time. And it's gonna give you so much of an advantage when you go to being able to compete against somebody. So constantly use your imagination. I'm here for you. I know Dev is there for you. Dev is the homie. I love you, Dev. And if you guys want a little bit extra work, J-Law Live, we got live training with me 5 days a week. Me paired with Dev, paired with DJ, paired with PJF. Everybody that you've seen on this ball on a string YouTube series, go and get knowledge from them. We got you guys. God bless. Let's get it!
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go back and work on this a little bit more. I need more work on the cross between the legs, behind the back. I need more work on getting low and attacking, especially I'm gonna clean this place up so we can get a little grip around here. But one thing I wanna point out is you wanna watch your whiplash when you start going, doing all that type of stuff. You wanna have your body under control. All this, if somebody gets in front of me and starts doing their head like this, I'm just gonna watch them and just wait till they try to go left or right or go up for the shot. Same thing, if somebody goes up to you and they start doing like this type of stuff, like what is that gonna do? Our body sells our moves, which Jordan was talking about. So I wanna thank Jordan for pulling up today. Great workout. Also, if you're looking for work on triple threat, I think the first month of the academy is about triple threat, and I teach things like the rocket step, how to do it my way, the way that I've learned actually. It's not my original move, but I learned to master to make it, you know, a signature of mine. And then a few other things, jab, ripping through, different rocket step 2 all this stuff. I got like so much stuff for you guys in a month that I know will help you fast. You don't need a court to do it either. All right, so go on to inTheLab.tv and cop the academy so you guys can get to work. Like I said, we don't know how long this thing is gonna last, but we know that we can start building up ourselves, our skills, so that when basketball comes back, we can be a lot better. Just like what I'm doing with Matt. Matt is a coach. He's 32? Yeah. 32 years of age, and he's getting better at dribbling the basketball. No matter what you may see, if you watch the video for the first time, from where we started, he has gotten a lot better. And some of you are able to see it. It's only going to get better with time because he never really had the footwork and the base and everything to build off to be a ball handler. So we want to continue to work on that with him, and I want to continue to work on it with you. All right, let's keep staying consistent with these workouts. I know a lot of people are going to fall off. I do not care as long as you don't quit. Don't tell me that you want to be a good ball handler, but you're not staying on top of these workouts, because you got everything that you need right here to build and be better. All right, we'll see you on the next video.